When we look at South America, we often hear about wild economic volatility and massive geopolitical shifts, right? But tucked away down there is a genuine geographical mystery. We're talking about a small nation that just consistently leads the entire continent in stability, democracy, and civil liberties. So how exactly did a country with just a fraction of its neighbors' population become the ultimate blueprint for success? Well, let's find out. Now, when you picture South America, your mind probably jumps straight to that chaotic, vibrant energy, or maybe those soaring, dramatic mountain peaks of the Andes. It's a region known for its massive size and pretty intense economic ups and downs. But contrast that mental picture with what you're seeing right now. Calm, orderly streets, and just this deep, quiet stability. It is a really striking visual difference. You're looking at a place where the pace is slower, the politics are stable, and honestly, the reality looks almost European. Section 1. The South American Anomaly. Geographic Clues. Let's check out the map to explain this. Look at how Uruguay is squeezed right in there, wedged between two continental giants. You've got the absolute powerhouse of Brazil up to the north, and the vast expanse of Argentina stretching out to the west. And this actually isn't just an accident of geography. Historically, Uruguay acted as a strategic buffer state to keep these two massive rivals apart. It's a lot like Switzerland's historical role, tucked right there in the heart of Europe's major powers. Now, what's really interesting about this number is just how small it is. 3.4 million, that is Uruguay's entire population. I mean, geographically, it's tiny by South American standards, but it punches way, way above its weight class. See, a highly concentrated, small population actually acts as a catalyst for better, more agile governance. It allows the country to effectively manage resources and deliver really high living standards, while its giant neighbors are often just struggling with their sheer massive scale. Section 2, the data behind the piece, hard metrics. Let's get into the numbers. Because, this isn't just a subjective feeling we're talking about. It's a highly quantifiable reality. These statistics here, these are basically the plot twists in our mystery. Take the Global Peace Index. Uruguay routinely ranks as one of the safest nations in Latin America. In fact, it often sits higher than many developed countries in Europe. No way, right? And if we check the Human Development Index, Uruguay consistently tops the regional list. We are talking incredibly high levels of education, top-tier healthcare, and really solid income levels. And it all connects back to the math. A smaller, highly concentrated population makes it so much easier for a stable government to just run things properly. It's exactly like the successful governance models we see in places like Slovenia or Luxembourg. Uruguay is basically living proof that a smaller size can directly equal world-class public services. Section 3, the Montevideo vibe, quiet wealth. Beyond the spreadsheets, let's explore what daily life actually feels like. If you walk through the capital city, the aesthetic of Montevideo perfectly captures this concept we like to call quiet wealth. The city isn't loud, it's not boisterous. It has this wonderfully reserved, incredibly sophisticated feel to it. It's definitely not flashy like a, purpose-built city like Dubai or Miami. Instead, it's grounded, it's authentic, and it carries a really deep sense of soul. Picture walking through these scenes. You've got this charming, old-world European architecture, perfectly mixed with thoughtful, modern development. Then you look over to these lush green parks, and you'll see locals gathering just to share mate, that traditional herbal tea. And then there's the Rambla. This is a massive coastal sidewalk that literally acts as the city's living room. It beautifully highlights this deep connection between the city's soul and the people's absolute love for socializing outdoors. Section 4. The Switzerland Connection. Historical context. Let's uncover the why behind their famous nickname. It all comes down to what's known as the Alpine style. Basically, this is an economic and social mindset focusing strictly on quality over quantity. Uruguayans take immense pride in doing things properly, and you can totally see it. By prioritizing really strong social safety nets and keeping their laws completely transparent, they've managed to achieve remarkably low corruption. And the result? They've built a government that the people actually trust. Let's move along and see how this builds historically, really layer by layer. First up, Uruguay acted as the historic banking hub of South America, offering incredible financial privacy. Second, it evolved into one of the most highly secular countries in the entire world. And third, they implemented early liberal laws. For example, they were among the very first in the region to grant women the right to vote. So it creates this self-feeding loop, right? Stability attracts investment, and that investment directly fuels a consistently higher quality of life. Section 5, Quality over Quantity, a top-tier life. Let's bring this all together.
So, to synthesize all these pieces from our sources, this explainer really boils down to one overarching theme. You absolutely do not need to be a massive global superpower to offer an incredible quality of life. Uruguay is practically a masterclass in combining the best elements of totally different worlds. Look at what they built. They offer the undeniable safety, low corruption, and stability of the Alps, paired perfectly with the relaxed, outdoor, mate-sipping lifestyle of the Mediterranean. But most importantly, it's not just a copycat. It has a soul and character entirely its own.
I don't know about you, but all of this definitely makes me completely reevaluate my mental image of global success. It leaves us with a final, pretty provocative question to chew on. Is Uruguay the ultimate hidden gem of South America? Or are there other quietly successful nations out there just waiting to be explored? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, keep your curiosity sharp.